Hello everyone, let's play Carl's route for maybe what's going to be the final part of the route. So, we're here, a bunch of viewers on the Twitch channel, so let's get it on. I stare up at the ceiling, a textured beige ceiling. I'm back in the room where I'd slept. How long ago? A day? A few days? Is it supposed to be Carl's room? It doesn't matter because everything comes back to me at once. I feel like a lead weight has just dropped onto my chest, knocking the wind out of me. Fuck, is this not over? Now I'm starting to become convinced that this is never going to end. We're stuck in a loop, just like in my dreams. Another moan, slightly weaker, makes me sit up and look around the room. I'm alone as far as I can tell. Where are the others? Am I actually alone? I can't stop a soft whimper coming from my mouth at the thought of being separated from the others. I was barely keeping it together with Carl, but without him, a loud cough through the wall behind me makes me jump again. I quickly slide off the bed and immediately cringe as my weight comes to rest on my swollen ankle. So is he still... God damn it. He still has his leg, swollen. I sag against the bed for a moment, squinting my eyes shut as I wonder why my ankle is only getting stiffer. Well, it's maybe because you haven't got any medicine or something? Bro, it's obvious. Maybe the fall Carl had taken made it even worse. The thought that those moans could be coming from Carl spurs me to straighten up and carefully hop towards the door. It's gonna be hard to get onto the reading mood. I have to stifle a short yelp with every bounce, and by the time I reach the door frame, I have to lean against it to catch my breath. My hands shake as I rub my eyes, the pain making me wonder if I'll ever be able to walk without the limp again. Another groan from the room next to me forces me to move again. What's happening? In the hallway now, I'm able to make out the sounds a bit better and realize it has a feminine quality to it. Are they still coming to like the first ghost dimension? Jenna? My voice comes out in a crackly squeak and I grunt to clear my throat. Jenna! I try again and wait, but I get no response in return. I force myself to step into the hallway, clinging to the wall for support. When I look down the hall to the door next to mine, I find something very familiar. A damaged wooden door, the middle bulging and splintered out, as if something had hit it from the other side. Is it the room where he thought someone was hanged? Memories of a bad smell, the dark concrete room, and the news. Yes, this is the one. I hold tighter to the door frame, feeling my knees tremble, both from the pain and the fear. So it's a feminine voice behind it? I look behind me, hoping to see Carl, maybe even Raven. A shuffling sound followed by another cough, and a gurgle draws my eyes back to the door. If it's Jenna, I have to act now. No shit, Sherlock. I steady myself against the wall as I hop slowly to the door, eyes watering with the pain now. Reaching out with a shaking hand, I start to slowly push at the door. I'm hoping that I might be able to crack it open just a little bit and not draw the attention of whatever is inside. The door only shifts a little though and seems to catch on the ground underneath it. It lets out a rough, scratching sound that makes my fur raise up. Are we really going to start this episode with someone hanged? Gritting my teeth, I forgo the stealthy approach and give it a hard shove. This time it opens halfway and I'm able to see into the room. Just like last time, there's no light coming from within the room itself. Instead, I have to rely on the dim yellow light coming from the hallway. It casts a widening band of light into the concrete room as the door opens. It's always so creepy, the way it's written, it's just amazing. The smell hits me like a wave and I immediately gag, doubling over and pressing a hand to my nose before pulling up the neck of my shirt over my nose. Sure, I smell like BO from the 2 days of running in fear, but it's better than the sweet smell of rotting meat that's enveloping me. What the hell is BO? I smell like BO? What? I have never heard this term before. Still shaking, I peer into the room while I lean against the door, but I'm only able to see the cracked concrete floor and walls. The grunting, choking sounds reach a peak now, and it's coming from beyond the band of light. It's an inky blackness that isn't all that different from what Carl and I had to run through. Hello? No response. It sounds like the grunting had stopped too. Shit, I have to do something now. I think about just kicking the door open and jumping back, but then I remember there's really nothing I can do with my feet right now. Taking a deep breath, I set both hands against the door. I steel myself for whatever I'm about to see, then shove the door as hard as I can. The door swings in suddenly, scraping horribly against the floor the entire way. I yelp at the suddenness of it all, the tension all exploding out of me at once as I jump back in fear. The band of light widens, sweeping over the entirety of the concrete room before the door finally lodges against the wall with a snapping sound. I almost lose my balance, arms swinging around cartoonishly as I try to hop on one foot. What is behind the door? At the same time, I'm fearfully eyeing the opening, terrified of what I'm about to see. And what I do see is definitely terrifying. What the fuck is this? It's Jenna in the middle of the room. No! She's hanging from the noose, her muzzle tilted up so I'm able to clearly see the rope digging into the fur around her neck, painfully tight. Are you fucking kidding me? The hell is your cosmos on? Like, what the fuck? Her toes are barely touching the floor, but it doesn't even look like she's trying to keep herself up. It looks like she's unconscious. Jenna! There's no response and I find myself leaping in her direction. I forget about my ankle until all of my weight comes down on it twice in my mad dash, and I literally scream as it happens. There isn't any time to worry about it, though, as I grab at Jenna, unsure what to do. First, I try to wrap my arms around her and lift her up, screaming again as I set my weight down on my foot. She doesn't respond to any of this and just hangs limp in my arms, which terrifies me even more. What? Carl's words really feel like the Corpse Party game sometimes. Definitely, I've played Corpse Party as well. This is just creepy shit. Corpse Party was wild. It was fucking wild. I still remember some of the scenes, like especially, the girl in the bathroom. That was terrifying. I'm still, no. And how it's just no hope of anything. It's crazy, and this feels like the same, for real. You're right. I reach up and pluck uselessly at the hangman's knot that I immediately know isn't going to budge no matter how much I pull. Carl, help! I feel myself starting to panic. Desperately, I look around, trying to find anything I may be able to use to cut at the rope. Is she really gonna die? Jenna? I call up at her. I can't see her eyes from this angle, but I can't feel any movement in her. I try to press my ear against her chest, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it in the right spot. What does that mean? Have you never, touched a chest before? What? The idea is great, but the execution, the whole world building around is kind of shit. Do you mean on, the Echo's perspective or the Corpse Party perspective? Because the execution... Corpse Party. Well, as for a Japanese kind of RPG something, like RPG Maker style, that's what I'm gonna get. It's decent. It's memorable for some parts. But, the Japanese always love this kind of shit where it's just hopeless and worse things are happening every single time. So I'm into that now. I wasn't before. But I understand now the appeal. Oh. I did, Lem. I don't know if you're here, Lem. I did. Alright. So, let's keep on reading. They just can't help but that dark lowly fighting with scythe and occult edgelords. You're right. But still, it's quite the genre, So, I try to quiet my breathing and actually listen, but I still can't hear anything. Shit, Carl! Like he's helpless. I feel myself start to hyperventilate and I try again to slow my breathing. If I pass out right now, I'm going to be less helped than I already am. The world is starting to take on a surreal tint, and I think I'm actually dreaming. I think about running to the kitchen, but I don't want to let her go, especially since I feel like she's on the edge of dying right now. Like he's not even sure, like he cannot feel any pulse. Are you kidding? I reach up again and start trying to warm my fingers underneath the rope, but it's useless, it's way too tight. My eyes start to water as I realize I'm not helping her at all right now, aside from maybe taking a little pressure off her neck. But it might be too late anyway. Help! I'm suddenly hyper aware of the screaming pain in my ankle and I feel it giving out. So are my arms, burning with the strain of trying to hold Jenna up. I press my face against her chest, feeling myself to start to give up on everything. And then suddenly the weight disappears, and I feel Jenna lift up several inches into the air. What? I look up and see Carl next to me, his big arms easily able to keep the fox off the ground. Okay. Not only that, but he's got a knife in one hand. I recognize it as the same knife Carl had used earlier in the hallway. Carl! I sob with relief as he sets to sawing at the rope, and soon all three of us come crashing to the ground as Jenna's cut free. I'm sorry, I probably don't make the same, sound that he was able to make when, throwing shit around and just having a panic attack. It's not that I'm not into it. I'm just baffled by what we're actually, living here, because I wouldn't have ever thought of starting an episode with this kind of scene. It just leaves me like, holy shit, what's gonna happen next? I really need to know now. Okay, we lay there in a heavy heap. The only sound is our grasp as we all try to catch our breaths, Jenna being the loudest. Yeah, after a while I sit up and look over at her. She's already sitting up herself, one hand to her neck, rubbing at it. And it's also, crazy because we still don't understand what she's mad about. What's the point of it? We have no clue. I've tried some theories, and I feel like, I might be onto something, but it just doesn't make sense anymore. Like, why would she be hanged right now? What's happening? Please make it make sense. She's already stiff, sitting herself up, one hand to her neck, rubbing at it. Are you okay? I reach out to her. I'm fine. Yeah. She leans away a little from my hand, so I drop it. I would have thought some more, maybe concerned sprite would have fitted perfectly, but no. Her ancestors died like this and kind of possessing her. Her ancestors died like this and kind of possessing her. So did you spoil me there? How do we know her ancestors died like this? Oh, John B. Gay. So it's not a spoiler. John B. Gay got hanged, but he got hanged publicly, So it wasn't inside the mansion. It was public hanging. So is it a reference to the kids that James Hendricks were kidnapping or something? Because some Maseda boys were missing. So this is all really weird, which is why I'm trying to understand what's the point of her being like this. And even if it was like John B. Gay being hanged like this, what's the point of having it inside the dream like this? I still cannot connect, There are some puzzles left, and I am myself puzzled. She leads away a little from my hand, so I drop it. I thought you were gonna die, Jenna. My voice is all shuddery and I struggle to keep my emotions under control, to not have a panic attack. Whatever was controlling this whole scenario just tried to kill one of us. But then I guess that's already happened with that shadow creature thing, and even with what's happened to Raven. Jenna picks up the knife and brings it up to her neck, starting to saw away at the rope. You never know what you're going to read next, so I can help. She ignores me. I look over at Carl and see that he's flat on his back, arms spread out. Thank you, Carl. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't showed up. Carl raises a hand in acknowledgement. Yeah, alright. How the hell did you get a knife? Carl takes a few more grasps to catch his breath. I heard you guys and saw that. He gestures up at the hanging rope. The end of it frizzled out after the cut. Remember that knife I dropped when we were here before? Thank God. So they just went into this room, then into the cabin, then come back to it? We lay there a while longer, Jenna busy hacking at the rope, Carl choosing to stare up at the ceiling. That almost peacefully silence is shattered as a Yuski stumbles into the doorframe, grasping the wall as he practically trips in. Hey guys, see what I found? Cupcake. Whoa, hey guys. All smiley and shit. Can you just not? Hey, what's up, brothers? He grins, waving a hand at us as he rights himself. Oh, holy shit. What a fucking entrance. He looks around at us, taking in the scene. What happened? Jenna got hanged. Carl cut her down. I mean, come on, you cannot possibly have this kind of conversation. Okay, there's really no way to sugarcoat it. Yeah, but come on. Oh crap. Dang it. He stares wide-eyed at Jenna. Well, guess it's surprising it wasn't me this time, huh? This is just all about you, Raven, right? He lets out a high-pitched, nervous laugh. None of us even cracks a smile. You're okay, though? Fine. Raven looks around the room. This is surreal shit. Well, it looks like we're still here. Carl lets out a big, shuddering breath. Oh, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Me neither. Holy shit, this scene. What do you mean? We're stuck. I don't know what else we're supposed to do. Just keep looking around. We're finding stuff, right? No. And then what? Get sucked into another fucked up place where we'll be chased around and almost killed? He waves his hand in Jenna's direction. Look what just happened. It wants us dead. Carl. I trail off. What? I try to think of something to say, anything that might convince the ram to keep going. Just a while ago, minutes, hours, days, I was having the same doubts. But for some reason, Carl's sudden demeanor of defeat has me more motivated. Makes no sense. Because if Carl gives up, what else is there to keep me going? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. There's a soft snap and I look over to see that Jenna's pulled the rope from her throat. How's your neck? Jenna rubs it. Fine. Is she gonna say anything other than fine? Her voice has an air of complete disinterest despite the situation. She seems distracted too, her eyes flicking around at the ceiling, like she's expecting something to happen up there. I look up too, but all I see is concrete that's spiderwebbed with cracks. The rope, I notice, is hanging from nothing. It sort of just grows out of the ceiling. Carl lets out another sight next to me. Wish I had the joint. I feel a small flicker of annoyance. And how will that help anything? Carl's quiet for a moment, clearly sensing the change in my mood. I immediately regret it, but I don't have the energy to take it back. Because it might make me feel a little better. By making you feel less, we need to be alert right now, so we can figure this out. Okay. I'll bring my tone back down to normal, realizing how unfair it would be if I get mad at Carl right now. I don't know if we can, though. Carl's lips tucked down in a frown, and it looks like he's trying to keep himself from crying. Before I can say anything to comfort him, Jenna speaks up. You will. I don't know if we can. You will. You will. Just chill, Jenna. Her voice is dark, firm, and completely unlike the way Jenna has ever spoken before. We both look at her and she sits there, legs crossed, staring hard at us. Well, at me. Carl sits up. Jenna. Jenna doesn't look at him. Instead, she keeps looking at me. What the fuck is your problem? John? Now she does look at Carl, and it's out of instinct, her eyes darting to him before looking back at me. So, goddammit, Cesar, you were right. So it's like, really is John Bigay. Like, I mean, yeah, we've obviously known before that she was possessed by him, but... So it might be because of the hanging, publicly, and this just scene of reintegrating it for some reason that we have yet discovered. I recognize it as that almost unstoppable urge to look the way you hear your name being called. Yeah, we suspected, and Jenna had been acting weird, but to think that she was that consumed by him... Carl glances at me meaningfully. We haven't asked her directly about it yet, so I guess now's the time. Hey Jenna, are you feeling okay? I'm feeling fine. It's just that you haven't seemed like yourself for a while now. What do you mean? I look over at Carl as he shifts himself around on the floor. Listen, when we first got here, and even a little before then, I was feeling weird. Carl pauses as he seems to be searching for the right words. Sort of like something else had become part of me. Jenna narrows her eyes at Carl, but doesn't say anything. There was another voice in my head. Almost, and after a while, I knew it was that guy, James, in my head. Sounds like you're going crazy. See, this is the concerned look I would have thought she would have right after she was hanged, right? Carl frowns. Maybe, but he was making me act different, feel different, and it was kind of fucked up, to be honest. So did we make the right move before? Weird. Yeah, weird, but it was easy to get him out of my head. Carl points at his horns. And now he's not there anymore. Are we sure? Jenna keeps that stern look on her face, frowning at Carl, which now makes me think that it would have been interesting if we had let Carl have his James Hendricks ghost inside of him to know what the interaction would have been there. What are you trying to say? Well, do you know a guy named John? John Begay? Not really. You keep mentioning him, but no one's told me who he is, aside from the fact that he was hanged. I remember the picture I'd taken of John back in Carl's crawl space. My hand feels my phone from my pocket as I almost reach in to pull it out before remembering that it's dead. He was in some of the pictures with James Hendricks, the founder of the town. Jenna stares at me blankly. James was Carl's ancestor, right? We think that John was your ancestor too. He was a fox and has the same last name. So wasn't your family in Echo since the beginning? Yes. So it seems like you're probably related to him, right? Jenna stares hard at me, then at Carl. From what I understand, both ghosts try to use them to fight them from the other by proxy. Yeah, that's what we've, established before, but we just don't understand what's the point of it. Because like James Hendricks apparently seemed to have said that he wanted to clear his name, and Jenna, or like the ghost monster, like the smoke monster or something, just kept bringing these notes that didn't mean much. Both want their names cleared. But like, even if both wanted their names cleared, for what? You know what I mean? From what? That's what we're trying to understand here. From what? From James Hendricks trying to clear his name because he was murdering kids and he would say that he wasn't the one who did it? What's the point of it? We just don't know what's at stake, you know what I mean? Our family doesn't have records like yours, Carl. Carl frowns again. You say that like it's my fault. Maybe it is. Carl starts to sputter again, but I cut in before he can defend himself. See? Jenna doesn't talk like that. You wouldn't say something like that. Jenna doesn't say anything, keeping her glare at Carl. Carl clears his throat nervously. What I'm trying to say is that maybe your ancestor is in your head like mine was. I don't think so. Carl lets out a frustrated sigh. And what would make you think so? I mean, something's different with you, dude. I can see it. Chase sees it. I nod in confirmation. We know from Leo's route that unsolved crimes provoke hysteria and create ghosts like them. Yes, putting an end to the case would give them peace, I guess. True. And that is why I'm surprised that the town hasn't been having those episodes, knowing that Brian's murders were just off the roof, off the charts. He killed so many people. He admitted himself. But yeah, this is just some weird level shit, right? And that's why also we know that one of us did kill Sydney, or at least that something shitty happened, because the way that Duke was talking about us, were like saying that we were here before and something like this, it was all weird. So I'm still trying to figure out who killed Sydney. Raven suddenly cuts in. I mean, I don't know you that well, but if we are going by how a normal person acts, you're not acting very normal. And thank you, we are 10 of you are watching the stream now, so feel free guys to just spam the comments or something. It's always, really good to have people interacting with each other, so feel free to comment about how you think Raven has his place here. We're not in a normal situation like that, are we? Carl shakes his head. I know you can resist it like I did, Jenna. You've always had a really strong mind, way stronger than mine. Do you plan to read Arches after Echo? Yes, I do. Arches, I know, is going to be amazing. I've seen, I haven't spoiled myself, but I've seen, some of the visuals. And someone told me that it was extremely, extremely well written too. And I can't wait. I have no clue what it's about, though. Like Arches, I just know that it's afterwards. That's why also I've played Route 65, which gave us a lot of context between Chase and Leo's relationship, which I'm really happy to have read before, because otherwise we wouldn't have known that some of the choices that we were making here made sense. Okay, you cried the first time toward the end, this is really good. Okay, I'm going to get excited now. Carl swallows. So it shouldn't be a problem for you to stop it like I did. Jenna shrugs. Nothing's wrong with me, Carl. We all go quiet then. Besides, isn't this about clearing James' name or whatever? Why are we talking about John? Yes, thank you, Jenna. Jenna stares at Carl, eyes moving across his face like she's searching for something. Carl stares hard right back at her. Unless you don't want to fight it? Jenna's expression remains emotionless. I mean, are you letting him? I don't know, Carl. Are you letting him control you? No, I already told you I fought him out. How do we know that's true? Carl throws his hands up. Dude, why would I lie? Carl looks at me for some help. Yeah, Carl's way different than he was earlier. He's himself now. But how do you know that? I don't know what else to say to Jenna to convince her. What can you say? Of course I can be completely sure. The only person that can know is Carl. He says he isn't possessed anymore, and I trust him on that. Jenna, he isn't, I promise. That's Carl saying this. You think James kept his promises? So that's a mistake. You think James kept his promises? Carl and I share a look. Jenna, what do you mean by that? A strange look crosses Jenna's face, breaking out of the stoic detachment she's been portraying for the last however long it's been. It's confused, but it's also like she wants to say something with her mouth open. Jenna? She seems to be frozen like that for a moment before she seems to finally give up, shaking her head. I don't know. We're going to keep to stay calm there, but we have no clue what's happening. I hate it. She glares at Carl. He blenches him defensively. What? You keep acting like this is all my fault. Maybe it is. This time Raven cuts in before Carl can say anything. Is James stopping John from saying something? Oh! I watched Jenna closely, and that's when she finally looks away. That's interesting. Is James stopping John from saying something? I haven't thought of that. And that would make sense. That would make sense. I watched Jenna, and that's when she finally looks away. I don't know. Jenna, are John and James upset with one another? Jenna shrugs, not looking at me. Carl lets out a sigh of frustration. Jenna, we need to figure this out. Listen, I don't know much about these guys, but it sounds like James and John are trying to tell us something. Yeah, no shit. That's what we established before, Raven. Please. Raven looks back and forth between Carl and Jenna, and trying to stop the other one from telling us something. I rub my face with my hands, feeling frustrated, just wishing these two assholes could tell us what it is they want to say. Please, thanks. So they're trying to tell us something about the past, and they both don't want us to know what the other knows. Maybe that's what we're supposed to figure out. So it's not as simple as just clearing James' name? John has something to say too, and he sure as hell wants us to hear it. But I don't understand how the situation we got in just makes sense, because she got hanged right now. So is James somehow in power of trying to silence John? And is it because of the kids? I close my eyes. We're stuck in the middle of a possessed ghost fight with each of them trying to tell us their version of a story. The whole thing seems ridiculous, insane, but I really don't have anything else to go off of. Did you find anything out about them in the crawl space? I try to think back. Like I've said, they both got convicted of sodomy. John was hanged, and James left to start his ice cream business. So why wasn't James hanged too? His influence in the town, probably? Well, I can see how that might cause problems between the two of them. I look over at Carl, who's still looking at Jenna. Jenna's picking at the rope in her lap. Hey, did James tell you anything while we were under his influence? Like, did he say anything? Carl rubs his chin. Not really, it's weird. I just sort of felt different. I said things I wouldn't normally say, but I guess I never heard any voices. What does that mean? There isn't much more to talk about at this point. Unless one of the spirits decides to do something else that can help us along somehow. So what are we supposed to do next exactly? Raven points at the back of the room. There's a door there. We all look in the direction he's pointing. Sure enough, there is a door there. Yeah, it's a concrete door practically cut out of the wall. It's featureless aside from a rusty metal handle. What? Was that here before? I think I would have seen it the first time I looked in. Jenna stands up, taking a few steps toward the door. What, so we're just gonna go through another door? Carl's laying back down on the floor, on his back, staring up at the ceiling again. I can understand where he's coming from. Another door to possibly another nightmare. But his sudden reluctance is making it easier for me to find the strength to keep going. Stop, Chase, that doesn't make any sense. I reach out, resting a hand on his. Carl, this might be the last one. It might be the way out. Carl snorts. Seriously, dude, you think they're just gonna let us go? We've accomplished nothing. We can leave you here if you'd prefer. I glare at Jenna, but she's not even looking at me, instead staring at the concrete door. Carl, we have to keep moving. If we go through another door, we are at least going somewhere. Yeah, and besides, the bad stuff has only happened to me and Jenna. So you guys probably have nothing to worry about. But that's the point, Raven. You have nothing to do with John Bigger or James Hendricks. So what the fuck would you would you say that? There is nothing linked to you. We can stay here forever. I gently stroke the back of Carl's furry hand. He laughs again. Maybe we could. Just keep pulling grilled cheese sandwiches out of the cupboard. That's not a good idea. Carl props himself up on his elbows. Who knows, maybe I can get some weed out of there. Carl looks back out into the hallway, apparently seriously considering that. Come on, man. We're all going in together. I reach out both my hands to him expectantly since I can't get up on my own. Carl stares at them contemplatively for a moment, then finally gets to his feet while pulling me up onto his back with a loud grunt. Alright, man, but if this freaky, spooky ghost dimension goes on for another fucking door, I'm gonna pull a joint from the magic cupboard. Of course. Jenna's already standing in front of the door. Man, I don't want to pass out again. We just did that. I don't want to get hanged, says Jenna. I look back towards the hallway. You know, maybe we should check the rest. Jenna reaches forward to grab up the metal handle, and before any of us can say anything more, she yanks it open. She's just done. A trail leads through the desert landscape, and cacti and boulders obscure my view on the either side. Is the sound alright? What's happening again? Some colors. Wow. The ground is rocky and dust kicks up with each step I take. As I continue up the path, I can see the three peaks of the Casa de Monio mountains in front of me. We have no idea what that is. I'm heading towards the town of Echo, just over those mountains. As I get closer, I notice that the trail branches off toward the side of the mountain. I follow the trail with my eyes into the hazy distance, almost disappearing into the heat waves. Still, I can make out a small dark hole. The mine. Some things should just be left alone. It wasn't the effect I wanted to make. Some things should just be left alone. What are you on about? Weird voices. Dust swirls silently at the mouth of the mine, almost sparkling in the bright noonlight. Every single person here. Something seems to pulse out of the entrance, sending an almost visible wave through the air. You will never escape. You will always come back. Red seeps from the hole, running up the side of the mountain in the wave, turning rock and dust the color of blood. You'll always be running in circles. I start jogging up the trail, panting in the desert heat, not sure what I'm doing. Who are we? Okay, it's getting darker and weirder. The sky in front of me lights up that same ominous red color in the direction of Echo. Somehow I'm able to scale the side of the mountain in just seconds. I get to the peak and look over the edge. I see the town, but it's not the town I remember, at least not all of it. Lake Emma is in the distance to the left. The motel and supermarket are to the right. Are we in today's time? When is this supposed to happen? But the ruins by the lake aren't just old foundation remnants anymore. They are fully standing now with their log walls and roofs. Several dozen more houses run up the side of the lake, standing in stark contrast to the more modern buildings further away, toward Main Street. There are even a few buildings that I don't recognize. And there, just below me, is Carl's house. But it's different. The mansion is bigger, the walls are lighter color, it looks older. Somehow I'm already there, just like I just teleported straight down to stand on the road in front of Carl's house. I stare down the slope toward the town, and there, next to the road, is a wooden platform built out under a tree. There's a rope hanging from the tree, a noose. I look back down at the town, at all of the different buildings, but no matter which structure I'm looking at, one thing is the same. They are all lit up blood red. Why is that? What? Are we ending it on this? I watch as what looks like spinning blades come slowly into focus above me. I tense up, but only for a moment, as I realize what it is. A ceiling fan. Wait, a ceiling fan? Isn't that... I sit up quickly. only to immediately swoon as the room starts to spin around me. I grip onto whatever I'm sitting on, and it happens to be soft and smooth. I look down and see that I'm on top of a blue comforter. To my left, Jenna, Raven, and Carl are stretched out next to me on a king-size bed. Is it the end? To my right, sunshine streams in from sliding glass doors, outside of which is a massive deck. It's a deck. It's a massive deck. Check out my deck. I trimmed it. Past that porch are the mountains and desert of Echo. We're back. Are we? Oh my god, we're back. Guys. I shake Carl next to me. So this whole ghost dimension didn't mean shit. What? We haven't learned anything. What were we supposed to go out of this and learning things? What? He immediately swings a hand to slap me, but I persist until he's forced to sit up, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Jenna and Raven stare next to me. What is it? What happened? Guys, we're back. We're in your house, Carl. Carl finally snaps his eyes open at that. Raven sits up next to Carl, and I see him sway with the same dizziness that I had earlier. Where are we? My parents' room. Carl's voice is hushed, quiet, as if afraid if he speaks too loudly, this will all disappear. Relief like I've never known before flows from my body. Whether or not it was a dream or a hallucination or we were drugged somehow, it doesn't matter. What matters now is that we're home. Well, in Echo at least. I look over at Jenna, hoping to see her back to her old familiar self, but I find her staring around suspiciously, that dark look still in her eyes. Maybe that would take a longer while to wear off. I slowly push myself off the bed, the height of it making it more difficult for my feet to reach the ground. I touch down with my good foot and I'm a bit surprised when my toes come in contact with a cold, hardwood floor. I thought this room had carpet the last time I was in here. I look back at Carl and see a confused look on his face, the fur on his brow crinkling up in the bright sunshine. Something's a little off, man. What? Something's wrong. Goosebumps. I hate this sound. What? It's going to make me cry. I feel the beginnings of that sinking sensation in my chest again. So, we still got things to learn. Okay, why? My parents' room isn't this big. I look around. Guess it looks a bit bigger than usual. The balcony seems to be the right size, though. And the floor. He points at my feet. Where's the carpet? No, Carl confirms my suspicions. The dread continues to grow in my stomach. Maybe they took the carpet out while we were gone? Fucking shut up, Raven. You're annoying. Like, come on. No one responds to that ridiculous idea. He's got so much shit for him. The poor Patreon guy who is just, paid to have his character be just hated. Jenna looks at the wall behind the bed and reaches out her hand to touch it tentatively. Carl lets out a loud, almost maniacal laugh. It's like I'm in a weird dream of my house or something. Carl pushes himself off the bed, his hooves clomping loudly, unnervingly against the hardwood floor that shouldn't exist. Fuck. Yeah, fuck. I can see the same emotions I feel in my chest playing out in Carl's eyes right now. He reaches out to give me some support. Well, maybe there are other people here? Even Raven's cheerful tone is forced and strained. I guess I was expecting that we'd end up in another dream world or whatever, but the fact that I'd thought just for just a moment that we were back in the real world made this all the more soul-crushing and true. It feels like those fucking ghosts are toying with us at this point. Well, isn't Jenna going to say something at least? I take a deep breath, willing myself not to lose it. Not yet, at least. Chase, I'm gonna move to the deck. I get a better grip onto Carl's side as he starts to move towards the glass doors, his ooze clopping while I hop along. He stares out, slowly reaching up with a hand to tug at the handle. To my surprise, it opens. I guess I thought that it would be the same as the last place we were in, that we'd be locked in or something. I follow Carl as he steps out onto the balcony, taking slow, careful steps, as if afraid that the deck may give out. Okay, the air is hot and heavy, almost humid. That isn't normal at all in Echo. Sure, it would get really hot, but it's a desert. Humidity is near non-existent. We reach the railing and stare out at the town below the foothills that Carl's mention sits on. I take in a soft breath. Just like in the dream I had, the ruins of Echo aren't ruins anymore. Okay. Okay, so they're in the past. Okay, that's established, but I'm just, trying to think where should they be, in time. Dozens of old-fashioned wooden buildings dot the edge of the lake. A little ways away, I see the familiar buildings of the motel and supermarket, along with the small neighborhood of my childhood. Okay, and along Main Street, I see a few buildings that I don't recognize. Not quite as old-fashioned as this building along the lake, but still pretty old-looking. What the hell? Carl almost whines out the words as I see him grip tightly into the railing. I move closer to his side, putting an arm around his shoulders. Come on, man. We're going to figure this Come on, man. We're going to figure this out. This is just... I struggle to figure out what this just is, but I come up short. Listen, I saw this in a dream, I think, and I think they were trying to tell me something. Like, how could you just make things click here? The dream had nothing to do with this. What dream? A dream I had before I woke up. I have them almost every time we pass out. Why are you the only one having these dreams? I jump as Jenna speaks right behind me. I turn around, finding her eyeing me suspiciously. I don't know. None of you had dreams? I did. Got some cheeseburgers. Raven pops his head from around the glass door, still with that bizarrely resilient grin on his face. But it was about that black shadow creature thing chasing me through the kitchen, so I guess it's not really useful. What did you see in your dream, Chase? Well, this... I wave my hand out at the alternate reality town. But then the mine too, like red stuff spread out of it over the town. Then I saw news. I instinctively look over the edge of the balcony down toward where I remember seeing the tree. Carl looks too. What is it? Well, I saw a tree with a noose on it. Carl looks slowly back up at me. Down there? I think so. The look of utter defeat in Carl's face has me hesitating to confirm it. What the fuck? I take a deep breath, trying to put what I feel into words. That dream, the way it zeroed in on the tree. Okay. It felt meaningful, like just someone had died probably. I think we need to go to it. Jesus, why? Carl buries his face in his hands as he leans against the railing, shaking his head slowly from side to side. I don't know, but I don't know where else to start. This place is massive. Just like my deck, man. So what, they put in a letter there for us to find for some reason? Maybe. Huh, guys? Carl keeps his head in his hands as I turn around. Jenna just left. Raven is still standing by the glass door, but he's looking back into the room. Jenna left. Yeah. What? Sure enough, Jenna is nowhere to be seen. She's going to John Biggie's public hanging place. Where did she go? Raven shrugs. Downstairs, I guess? Was she going to the tree? I start to move back into the house, then remember my destroyed ankle. I look back and see that Carl is still slumped against the railing. Carl? He doesn't look up. Carl, we need to keep moving. Finally, the ram pulls his head out of his arms and turns to help me. He gets me into our familiar position with me clinging to his neck while I hop along. I'm relieved he's actually moving, but I don't like the dull look on his eyes one bit. Okay, Raven, Carl and I head down the hall toward the stairs. Carl's right, it's like a dream of Carl's house. Carl mentions that there are a few extra doors, all of which lead into bare, hardwood floor rooms. The ground level of the house, though, looks mostly normal. As we make our way through Carl's sort of home, I realize something. You guys hear the trains when we were on the deck? Right. It wasn't surprising to me because we've been on Leo's route, but that means it's the exit. Maybe, why? I thought I did. Just kind of weird. Like, what are those trains doing in a world that isn't really real? Maybe it is real? Maybe. I'm not convinced. Is he getting the hint somehow? As we pass through the living room, I can see that it's set up like it always is, and the kitchen looks to be in order as well. As we step outside, I notice that the mansion looks the same for the most part. Not the massive old look it had in my dream. I hope along down the curving driveway from Carl's house like I remember in my dream. How Jenna would be able to find a tree on her own is beyond me. She's possessed by John Bigay. The only indication that given her as to where it was a glance over the railing of the deck. Man, it's so fucking close to being real, this place. Yeah, I don't have much else to add, but he's right. It feels so close to being home, but none of it is home. I slow my pace as I turn right at the end of Carl's driveway, practically tugging the ram along. We move the short distance down the road, then move to the edge on the left side of the road. I look down over the side onto the rocky sagebrush-covered slope. And there's Jenna. Somehow she immediately found it on her own. That old and rickety wooden platform sits under the tree. Okay, so it is a public place. Like, literally he's got hanged publicly. This tree and platform definitely aren't the real echo. There were a few scant mentions of a hanging tree in my research. If it was still standing, I'd have gone to get some film for my project. Go get the camera, Chase. That project seems like something I was working on years ago at this point. I carefully start to climb down the slope, clinging to Gall. I'm about to call out to Jenna when I stop cold. As we move to the side, the thick trunk of the tree shifted in my field of view and revealed the noose. Unlike my dream, the noose isn't empty. Oh, fuck, no. Hanging from the noose is a body. Are you kidding? From where I'm standing, I can't see exactly what it is. Its back is to us, and all I can make out is a head, hands and feet, and some old-fashioned clothes. Overalls and a cotton shirt of some kind. The clothes look worn and old, like they've been sitting out in the elements for years. I stop moving and staring at the body. Carl freezes too, and I can feel his ragged breathing in my ear. Jesus! Carl grasps. I stare for what feels like an entire minute before I find my voice. Jenna? She's also facing the body, so I can't see her face, but she holds up a hand towards me to quiet me, before slowly pacing around the platform. It looks like she's moving towards the front, so I still myself and slowly follow her. Just like imagine, okay, she's actually, okay, let's say she's actually possessed by the ghost of John Bigay, and she's looking at what used to be his body hanged from a noose. Yeah, I don't want to look at the body as I move, but I can't tear my eyes away. It's old, very old. The fur is mostly gone, skin underneath black and leathery. The face is drooping and sunken, the eyelids closed. It's been out in the sun for a very long time. That's disgusting, for fuck's sake. I don't know how much about corpses, so I don't know for how long. I just know it's been a very long time. From what I can tell, it's a canine of some kind. A fox? John? For some reason I look towards Jenna to see if she'll let us know who it is. She doesn't. Instead, she's just staring at the body. Yeah, the description is way too much. Like, for fuck's sake, I have, like, goosebumps. I got, like, some, like, even nausea, I can feel it in my bones. It's so crazy. It's well written. It's really well written. And what adds to it is the ambience of the visual novel format, because it's so good. Carl tightens his grip around my shoulders. It's even hard to swallow. I'm not sure if it's for support against the uneven ground or the horror in front of us. Raven has chosen not to follow. Instead, he stands back behind the platform, looking away from the body. I swallow hard, trying to keep my nerves under control, trying to look at the situation like it's a simple task. Just get the body down. Do you guys see anything? A note or something? Are you kidding? I try to search the platform and avoid looking up at the body. There's something in its mouth. For fuck's sake. I'm gonna gag. This is crazy shit. Oh fuck. Carl points up at the corpse with a shaking finger. He's right. There's a flash of white in the mouth of the corpse, just barely sticking out from what looks like the gnarled teeth. Are you really gonna get this? For fuck's sake. This is just disgusting. A piece of paper, maybe? I'm surprised at how successful I am at keeping my voice calm. I sort of feel a little numb to all of this now. But I think we both realize at the same time what this means, that we're going to have to actually get that piece of paper. Fort Boyard isn't the same anymore. For fuck's sake. That's holy shit. They replace keys with papers now. Like, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Fuck, man. Why do we have to do this? Why don't they just tell us what they want us to know? That's a good point. Why? Just why? I cling to Carl as much as he's clinging to me, trying to keep him calm. Listen, I'll get it. It's just a body. Fucking, are you kidding me, Chase? Just let Raven do it. No, it's not. Nothing's just as it is in this fucked up place. Jenna suddenly turns on the two of us, causing both of us to flinch back from her. Chase, You need to get it. Why? Why, Jenna? What? Why? You can't even fucking walk. I can crawl. He had the dream. They want him to be the one to get it. He volunteered anyway. What? That doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Why the hell don't you get it? Carl has adjusted himself so that he is standing halfway in front of me protectively. Because that's what they want. That's bullshit. If you know something, Jenna, then why don't you fucking tell us? Carl's snarling at Jenna now, which is all the more impressive because rams can snarl. We can't be doing this right now. Holy shit. Here we are in this fucked up dimension in front of a mummified corpse arguing. I put my hand against Carl's chest. Listen, I get it. This is what they want, and this will help us move forward. I literally have nausea. Are you fucking kidding me? I try not to think about actually going up the wooden steps to stand in front of that corpse, but I don't really have any other options right now. Whew, Carl doesn't loosen his hold on me. Fuck no, Jenna, you get it since you seem to know what the fuck is going on. Carl squeezes me tighter against his chest as he leans in to glare at Jenna. Jenna glares right back, and I can see her lips trembling as she appears to be holding back her own snarl. Stop it, Carl. Let go, I'm gonna get the paper. No, Chase. Carl, nothing bad has happened when it comes to getting these stupid pieces of paper. I'll be fine. But that's wrong. They took a piece of paper from the smoky thing. Carl looks down at me, his face edged with stubborn resoluteness. Okay. It's at least a nice change from the almost dead look that I'd seen earlier. He stares at me hard for a good long while to the point where I almost blush. Why? Until finally, fine, but I'm coming up with you. I don't think... Shut up, Jenna. Each word seems to have to work hard to get itself out of Carl's muzzle. It's okay, let's go. Let's go. I'll let Carl hold my hand as we both move toward the platform over uneven ground. I notice Raven standing off to the side, still facing away from us. I'd have to check on him later. The wood creaks softly under our feet as we make our way up the steps. I focus on my hoping foot, not wanting to look at the body. Once we reach the top, though, I realize that I'm going to have to. Leaning heavily against Carl for support, I look up. The corpse's eyes are open now. What the fuck? No! What the fuck is going on? I sure thank the writers not to have put a fucking hanged corpse with its eyes open. Two yellow, piercing eyes that are sunk deep in the skull stare back at me. Are you gonna get that paper? Like, what the fuck? Okay, he's having a seizure. Whew, what the hell? This is hard. I think I have never have been both, this is fun, but this is just horrifying at the same time. It has the perfect balance between, oh my gosh, this is hilarious, with, oh my gosh, this is fucking horrifying. Whew. Holy shit, I can't go on. Okay, I'm just, picturing the fucking body hanging from the noose, just like, yeah, get the paper. Get the fucking paper out of my mouth. Get it, Chase. Like, for fuck's sake. Has any, fan, I've actually, just drew this scene because that would have been amazing. For fuck's sake. Okay. You are disgusting. Okay, who's this? What is it about? I'm disgusting? You're abhorrent, despicable, horrible. For telling truths? For telling your own truth. You don't know my story, my truth. Your truth is a delusion. You cruel, filthy son of a bitch. What do you want from me? I want justice. I truly hope they didn't add a CJ since last time I read it. Well, this is the latest version, so they haven't. I want justice. You and your people don't know the meaning of the world, of the word. Just let it rest. Let me rest. I want justice, and you and your people meaning the Meseta people, for obvious reasons of it's my land, don't know the meaning of the word. Okay, the meaning of the word. Which word? The justice? Just let it rest. Let me rest. And you'd leave me restless? Murderer. You may not have killed me physically, but you murdered my life. You fucking... The author hears us. So, if he hears us, then it wants him to. I'm gonna lose my sanity here. What are we reading? What? Why does it? Why does it? You think I know? Why does it create these places? Let us do small things. Then take it away. It's a game. My life, my reputation is a game to it. Okay, so this is James. This is James. This is James. You may not have killed me physically, but you murdered my life. So, speaking of reputation, James Hendricks has been outed by John Begay. So he's saying that he wasn't killed physically by John Begay, which the contrary is the case. So James Hendricks did kill John Begay. He made it so that John Begay was hanged publicly. So James Hendricks says, you murdered my life. So John Begay must have said something. The author hears us. This is John Begay. So John Begay doesn't want us to hear. So if he hears us, then it wants him to. This is James Hendricks saying this. Why does it? Says John Begay. You think I know? Why does it create these places? Let us do small things, then take it away. It's a game. My life, my reputation is a game to it. So this is James Hendricks. Ha, a game, says John. James Hendricks says, go on, why don't you tell him your truth? The author works with you. I wouldn't help him even if I could. So this is John Begay saying that us, the author, is working with Carl, and so James. The author works with you. I wouldn't help him even if I could. You should, but you can't, can you? You are but smoke. Good thing too. You and your fucking lies. I will tell him this, author. You are stuck here because you cannot see the truth, and until you do, how will he know the truth if you only lie? You are disgusting. Okay, I'm 9 or 10, and I'm sitting under a tree in a forest. I really don't like where we're going. No, what the fuck? No, are we gonna be one of the kids that got murdered by James Hendricks? I am 9 or 10, and I'm sitting under a tree in the forest. Oh my gosh, you can even hear, ravens. I like the feeling you get when you've finished crying. The stuffed up nose and throbbing in my head, along with the feeling of having just run 10 miles. Like I've just finished something really hard and now it's over. And then, a creak in the branches above me. I look up and see the fox, hanging from a rope. His dead eyes are on me. What? Why don't you get your ass up here and dig it out yourself then? He's awake. Chase? Oh no, I don't like, just come back. I don't like this. I don't like this. A creak in the branches above me. I look up and see the fox hanging from a rope. His dead eyes are on me. Is he like John Begay's kid? Are we really having this? I got goosebumps and they're not good. Oh, for fuck's sake. What? This is just horrible. What else would it be? He's awake. Chase? A big hand is cradled below my head as I stare at the horns waving around above my eyes. Between them hangs the fox. Hey, you okay? What happened? I don't know. Ugh, there were eyes. Fucking hell. I'm literally gagging. Are you fucking kidding me? This is horrifying. What the fuck? I stare harder at the fox, but the eyes are closed. Yeah, me too, but you sort of just fell back, sorry. I dropped you and I think you hit your head. That would explain the headache. My head throbs with each heartbeat. Why didn't you grab the letter, Chase? Are you kidding me? I flinch at Carl's loud voice and the spit that flecks my face. He's just passed out and that thing had something to do with it. Like I said, dig it out of the fucking mouth if you want to. Dig what out? I crane my head painfully to look at Jenna. She stands in the exact same spots, staring stoically. Raven has moved to stand next to her, but now his eyes are wide, staring at the fox. I turn my head back around toward the hanging fox, and that's when I see that the letter is gone. Where did it go? Where did it come from? Come on, Nigel. I push myself up, cringing as I once again forget about my ankle. Carl hurriedly fusses around me, helping me stand. I keep my eyes on the fox the entire time, but I don't see any signs of life. What happened? You fell. No, the fox. What happened to the letter? He ate it. What? For fuck's sake, what the fuck? What? What? How? It just sort of gobbled it up? What? Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't, man. Wow. Oh. Okay, Carl's free hand gestures at its mouth. How did you even process to just show what it's like? God, I lean my forehead against the ram's cheek as I close my eyes. So are we not supposed to read it? Raven's voice is small and quiet. Nothing like his usual self, even during the time we spent here. What? No one says anything for a while. This is way worse than Leo's route. Holy fucking shit. I wasn't expecting this. Like, come on, Leo's route was just hardcore with Brian, but this is a whole new level of wow, of just being wow, feeling bad. I clear my throat. I think I heard John and James while I was out. What? What did they say? I think John and James, they're influencing some of this, but there's something else controlling all of it. How? I don't know, but it's stopping them from telling us what they want to say. Like this is a game for it. I feel Carl shake his head against my head. So what are we supposed to do? And something clicks, okay? It's theory time. The thing that clicks is that this supposed thing should be the smoke? Or is John Biggie the smoke? Wait, my theory is gone to shit. What is it? Is it the smoke? Because like James Hendricks was inside Carl, John Biggie was inside Jenna, so the smoke must be this something else, this it. Just figure out the game, I guess. They said something about having to see the truth, but I'm not exactly sure of what that is. But the fox just ate our clue. That might have been one of them, James or John, I don't know. Do we just find another one then? I don't say anything because that's when I see the hint of white sticking out from the fox's pocket. I point. What's that? That's Mentos. What's that sticking out of the chest pocket? Huh. Carl moves a little closer, pulling me along tentatively. Raven calls anxiously from behind us. What are you guys doing? Carl's voice gets tighter, more nervous as he reaches out with a shaky hand. I keep my eyes focused on the pocket, not wanting to look into those eyes if they open again. Carl touches the chest, yanking back his hand once before, slowly going in again. His face turns toward mine, cringing as he tries to look and not look at the same time. He fumbles at the pocket for a moment, the fox swaying slightly from the round's poking fingers. Finally, after what seems like several eternities, Carl manages to get a grip on the note. Whew. Once he does, he yanks his head back, almost hitting the fox's muzzle, as he slides the letter free from the pocket. What does it say? Okay, let's go. Carl gently but quickly guides me down the stairs. Jenna eyes what's in Carl's hand suspiciously. What's that? Another letter or something? Where did you get that? The fox ate it earlier. I saw it sticking out of the pocket. I guess there was another one. Jenna goes quiet and her expression darkens. What is she on about? We still need to know. And welcome for the people who are coming in. Please feel free to enjoy the chats. Follow along. It would be great. This is something. You're not prepared for it. I'm about to ask her what's wrong, but Carl's already unfolding the paper, swinging in the hand holding it to try and make it unfold. I help him out with my own free hand and hold the letter between us. I notice that the bottom of the paper has a rough tear, like somebody has torn it in half. Jenna and Raven move in closer opposite us. Please let this be the one that gets us back. It doesn't look like a letter. In fact, it looks like a newspaper clipping. Well, a photocopied one anyway. Carl, I think this came from your mom's collection of artifacts. I remember some pages were ripped out of the scrapbooks. Really? Yeah, I thought it was you taking them. Hey, nope. I wonder how long ago this nightmare actually started. It seems that it had been setting itself up days before we fell into this place. Well, guess I'll give it a read. Hopefully this is the one. I start with a big, bold title. Echo researcher uncovers town's serial killer past. Okay, Echo researcher uncovers town's serial killer past. Oh, so things are clicking now. Most might know Trisha Hendricks as the CEO of Hen's Ice Cream, but Echo locals will know her to be an avid history buff as well. Carl's mother discovered the truth, and she's trying to hide it, and that's why they haven't put a museum out of everything. She's discovered the truth. I just love how it connects all of us, how it shows that everything has happened for a reason. But even she didn't realize what her research would uncover. According to Hendricks, the town's founder, James, had an affair with another man, and both may have been hiding a dark secret. You never know what you'll find out, but to think that James had a homosexual relationship and with an alleged serial killer, well, it's really something. So John Bigay was supposedly the serial killer. According to Hendricks' research, James may have been in a romantic relationship with a native fox by the name of John Bigay. Town records indicate that Bigay was accused of committing multiple child murders. Okay, Hendricks says the crimes were sexual in nature. I reach the bottom of the page where the rough tear begins. Clearly there's more to the article, but... Jenna! Ooh, what's happening? I look up just in time to see a flash of steel before Carl jumps back, pulling me along with him. The knife comes within inches of Carl's face before piercing into the newspaper, clipping we were holding with a smack. What the hell? Jenna! I'm about to ask what she's doing because I think she's attacking the newspaper for some reason. But her intentions become clear as she moves toward us with the knife, eyes set on Carl. It clicks. Jenna, stop. I know what's happening. John Bigay wasn't the one. It was James Hendricks who killed those kids. And John Bigay discovered the truth. Started to tell everyone that James Hendricks was a fucking pervert. James Hendricks got, thanks to his influence, John Bigay killed. And that's why they are mad at each other. Raven bounces up and down, his hands pulling at his ears. Carl moves back as fast as he can while I limp along. Jenna, what are you doing? Jenna lunges at us, the knife arcing down from above again. This time she's too close and Carl pushes me to the side as he jumps back. I go down on my butt on the rocky ground. Putrid, lying beast, where's my letter? I don't know, what did I do? Carl's stuttering, stumbling, eyes wide with terror. I don't even know if he's going to defend himself when Jenna gets to him. Okay, with a muffled scream, I push myself onto my feet and hobble after them, each step sending an electric lances of pain to the back of my brain. I don't have time to dwell on the door because that's when Jenna reaches Carl. She grabs one of his horns and yanks him close, Carl swinging his fists wildly in her direction. It's a valiant effort, but Carl's not a fighter, and aside from letting out a few grunts, Jenna isn't affected. She raises the knife just as I reach them. No, stop! Oh, for fuck's sake. Grab Jenna or push Jenna. What the fuck are you supposed to do here? Are you fucking kidding me? What does that mean? What does that mean? She's holding a knife. Grab Jenna or push Jenna? I guess you push Jenna? You grab Jenna? What are we on about? Push Jenna. Carl, watch out! I yell as loud as I can before giving the fox the hardest shove I can give. I had to stop a kid fighting another one with a cutter once. In this situation, your body just moves on its own, and you realize after how dangerous it is. Holy fuck, Caesar. What? I mean, I have some weird shit happen to me, but this is just too much. I wouldn't want to be in the same situation as they're in or that you've lived. Holy shit. I do it at an angle so she doesn't directly hit Carl. Carl leaps to the side as I slam into her, sending Jenna forward to face plant into the rocks and dirt. I reach out to Carl just as Raven goes blurring past me. He leaps onto Jenna, pinning her down. Go, just go, we'll figure something out later, but you need to get away, Carl. Raven snarling as he tries to keep Jenna pinned, something that doesn't match his cheerful face at all. Carl stumbles to his feet, then turns and starts jogging away. Carl, wait! Help me up! Carl seems to hesitate before finally turning around, leaning over to help pick me up. And with that we limp away toward the road. I think we're heading toward the mansion again, but Carl turns us toward the road to the town instead. The growls and snarls get fainter behind us, and I start to worry about what's going to happen to Raven. Oh no. Hopefully Jenna just stops once Carl's out of sight. He seems to be the only thing she's interested in right now. I'm sorry, but no. This is not good. This is not good. Should we try what the other choice was? Carl breathes raggedly in my ear over the sound of his stumbling clops and my dragging shuffles. So we just leave Jenna and Raven together? If we grab her, are we staying with her and they go together? Raven and Carl? Have we made a bad choice here? I'm really curious. Carl, you want to go back to your house instead? Carl doesn't respond, and I look over to him to see him looking straight ahead, eyes fixed on nothing. Carl? He gives his head a little shake, so I go back to staring at my own feet. My ankle is numb at this point, which I guess is better than the lancing pain I had earlier. We are further down the road now, to the point where I can't hear Jenna or Raven anymore. Going this way might have been a good idea, since Jenna will probably end up going back to the mansion. Does she just need time to cool down? And where are we supposed to go now? I'm starting to realize that what just happened is going to affect everything. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm just, I don't know if this is the right choice. How are we even going to be near each other now? Jenna just tried to kill Carl. Jenna. Or John. I feel a sudden burst of anger towards him. A fucking serial killer possessing her. Forcing her to do this shit. I want to try the other route, because this is not what I thought it would be. I'm going to load this one and just go with grab Jenna. Please make us stay with her. I need to pull her away from Carl. I reach out, grabbing the fox by the back of her shirt and yanking as hard as I can. Jenna falls back and unexpectedly turns into me as she does. A deep, oh no, penetrating bolt of pain goes into my chest. This is the sound of her being killed. I gasp like I've just jumped into a pool of ice-cold water. Oh no. This is the same sound they played when he got killed with the train tracks. Oh no, this is just bad memories. Why? No. What are we on? Did we just die? I thought we would just be with her. I can't help it. It's like a reflex. And with the gasp comes a violent change of light and scenery, and suddenly I'm in darkness. Not complete darkness though, because the moon shines down on us. The pain in my chest gives a few deep throbs. Before Jenna yanks the knife out of my chest, I'm gonna cry. Chase? Oh, Carl screams my name as I go to my knees. I haven't expected this. What? Both hands pressed to my chest. Chase, what? That was so sudden. How the fuck? I hear Carl stumbling around as Jenna turns back around toward the ram. I look up to Carl, trying to ask for help, tasting blood in my mouth. Is she going to kill him too? But Carl isn't looking at me. He's stumbling around, looking everywhere except for where I am, while at the same time trying to dodge Jenna. Where is he? I raise a hand, trying to show him. Oh! Maybe it's too dark. Has he come back to reality? Oh, for fuck's sake. This hits so hard. Goosebumps all over. Has he come back to reality? So this is just like Unreal Echo, and they are having an episode all together, just like I thought. Maybe it's too dark. At that moment, Raven, almost invisible in the darkness, tackles Jenna to the ground. Hi, Twanu, you're in the right moments. Holy shit, this episode is so epic. Stop this. This is crazy. Please just stop. He pins her easily. Chase! Oh, I force myself to stand, panicking now. The throbbing in my chest is different. Oh, something deep inside me has been hit. Help me. I stumble toward Carl, but he moves further away from me. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake, I wasn't expecting this. What the fuck? Chase. He's crying now, but he can't see me. No! I look behind me, seeing the few lights of Echo. All of the normal buildings under the moonlight. This is the normal scene. I'm back, but I'm dying, and Carl can't see me. I need to get help. What? I stumble toward the hill, shakingly trying to climb up the incline of rocks and dirt. My shirt is soaked and clings to my body like a second skin. Each pulse of my heart sends a wave of warmth over my chest and stomach. Holy fucking shit. If I can just get to Carl's house, I can call someone. Oh, I get to the top of the slope. Onto the actual road. There's a pop in the distance. A gunshot. Did you stab him? Raven, there's blood on the knife. Oh my god. Carl's screams make me want to turn back around. But if I can only get to the house, get a phone, call for help, for me and my friends. But everything's getting hazy, my legs are like lead. I can't even feel my ankle anymore. My ears seem to clog up and my breathing slows down. All I can hear is my heartbeat in my ears, and my breathing in both are getting weaker. Darkness creeps in on the edge of my vision. Something lays on the road in front of me and my legs give out as I pass it. Slumped on my knees, I look at it and see a weasel. Duke? I can't tell because most of his face is missing. Oh, and there's a little plastic thing stuck in the bloody mess. What? I don't really care though, everything feels peaceful for once. Quiet and peaceful. I stare down at my chest, watching as blood pumps out my... I'm sorry, I'm having goosebumps all over, what the fuck? With each heartbeat, standing all the way down to my knees now. The tunnel gets tighter. I sway. I fall. Holy fucking shit. Into nothing. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? What? Okay, let's go back to normal. Okay, load. We're not going to save this thing. Yeah, we just want to load the happy. The happy Raven gets to Jenna and we are just alive with Carl. But what we know now is just... What the fuck? I really thought we would just get Jenna with us. And make sense of it all. Because what I thought with this scene... Because we were living with Carl and we left Raven with Jenna... I thought that this was not going to be the end. Because here we are still with the protectiveness of like the James Hendricks thing. Whereas we know that the real serial killer was obviously James Hendricks, and which is why Carl's mother, when she found out about it, wouldn't want to put a museum or something out there. Holy fucking shit, I would have never expected this. Wow! And this is horrifying, because now we know they're just having a fucking dream altogether. That they are inside the real world and things are happening beside them, you know? And that's why the train might be as well real. Oh my fucking god. This is like the same moment where in Leo's route they were all, you know, in Leo's house trying to leave to the train tracks. This is all making sense. And holy fucking shit. So we are supposed to be with Carl now. Oh my fucking god. You've never had this scene, Caesar? Well, I wish I had it. This is horrifying. This is horrifying. So we are inside a reality where Jenna could have killed us with a knife. In a real world. So, oh my lord. This is terrifying. So are we going to hear a gunshot now? And what about Duke? What the fuck happened to Duke? His face just melted? What the fuck is going on? Oh, is it because he tried to leave with a car and he got killed by the monster? Is this what's happening? I don't remember the specific details where he was left outside the car. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. A fucking serial killer possessing her, forcing her to do shit. To do this shit. Carl's breathing is getting more ragged. Mine too. I look over at him again and I'm not really surprised to see tracks of tears down his face. You don't know what I've been through. Carl, do you need to sit down a second, take a rest? A few seconds later, Carl stops abruptly next to a small boulder and I allow myself to be sat down on it. I really have gag reflexes now, fuck's sake. The ram doesn't sit down with me though. Instead, he starts pacing back and forth in front of me, occasionally wiping his face with his arm. Carl, sit down. I don't know what to do, Chase. Neither do I, just sit down for a second and we'll. No, I don't know if we'll ever get out of here. Carl sobs then goes into a coughing fit. No, come on, we're doing good, we're at least getting somewhere, and we're alive. Where? This could go on forever, you don't know. I look up at the ram, trying to think of something comforting to say. Chase, I can do this, I need a second. Carl turns and starts walking further down the road. Don't. Oh my god, and knowing that they're inside the real world now. They're just living. Oh, for fuck's sake. Carl, wait, we shouldn't split up. Hang on. I stand unsteadily, leaning over to rest a hand on the rock as I watch Carl continue his trek down the road toward the town. Just wait, I need a moment, I'll be back. Carl! I feel myself start to panic as I stumble after him. I realize that not only am I afraid for Carl for what might happen to him if he runs off into this fake world, but I'm also afraid of being alone here without Carl, especially with a swollen leg. I would hobble after him, but I realize immediately that I'm not going to catch up. The same anxiety with a trip that you feel will never end. Well, I've never had that experience before, so hopefully I won't have it. I watch him get further and further away down the middle of the road. I wheeze, clutching my chest as I try to keep up, the sides of my vision starting to turn white. I'm not sure what it is, the panic, my breathlessness, or the world itself, but the whiteness seems to pulse with the faint sobs of the ram in front of me. Slowly, the white takes over, and I'm in a fog. What? No, don't do this to me. Oh no, what the fuck's happening? No. Holy shit. What? Oh no, not again. What are we on now? Okay. Oh fuck, I don't want to go further. There's a distant, rhythmic pounding that sounds like a gong. Where have I heard it before? No. Rhythmic pounding. Please make it be like a good pounding. Where have I heard it before? I feel a twinge of worry in my chest that I'm going to be late for my next class. What? Class? Oh yeah, school. That's cool. That's a clock tower that chimes every hour. Freezing cold leaks through my fur and stings at my nose. Okay, I bring my hands up to rub at my shoulders, shivering. The ground is covered in snow, even though it never snows here. At least not this much. We had a flurry once a few years ago, and even that was a surprise. But here it is, piled up on the ground. My mind is still catching up to me, feeling as if I've woken up in a dream. Fuck, what happened? Carl. I was chasing after Carl on the road. It all comes back to me slowly. I was going after Carl and after Jenna tried to. I hear clopping up ahead of me. This is Carl. We're going to get him. My head snaps up, looking into the fog, unable to see clearly through it. Hello, Carl? My voice echoes into the emptiness of the university. Pueblo University. It feels like I haven't been here in months rather than just a week. The music is so fucking eerie. I rub my shoulders again before padding up slowly to one of the buildings. The pain in my ankle now is a dull, throbbing feeling, almost like it's dead. That doesn't seem like a good thing, but at least I can walk. It's just that I have to limp, feeling like I'm walking with a giant log instead of a leg. I focus on the building in front of me. I don't remember this one. In fact, I don't really remember any of them. Welcome to Silent Hill. Perfectly fitted, Doug. Wow. The buildings are different shapes, but just built with the same materials and colors of the buildings at the university. Okay? I reach out, grasping at the handle. It's locked. I stare at the door for a while, unsure what to do. More distance clapping up the sidewall against my intention, so I start moving in that direction again. Carl? I call it more softly now because I'm starting to feel afraid of where I am. Yeah, me too. While I can't see anyone, the fur on my neck is prickling, like I'm somehow extremely vulnerable. Yeah, like it's been 1 or 2 days Chase is walking on his broken ankle. That's not good at all. Like, what the fuck? I guess the only thing I know for sure about this ordeal is that nothing is as it seems, and for some reason I don't feel like I'm in a safe place. What do you mean for some reason? There are obvious reasons. You were never there for me, you know? I jump. Carl? The only response is silence. At least it sounded like Carl, kind of. It was crackly and muffled, like it was coming through a phone. I start to jog up the sidewalk and I notice that I'm stepping through the snow. Like it's not really there either. We're not gonna hurt ya. Let me just... You were never there for me, you know? Easy... okay. It's clicking. Okay. It's clicking. I'm just having a theory. So, obviously he was like inside the dream they're having, and he was trying to get up to Carl. Carl just went off alone, and he's meeting other people in real life. You were never there for me, you know? And so, some people were like, we're not gonna hurt ya. Because that sounds like the, you know, like the kind of redneck thing that the Echo people are saying. The voice comes right over my shoulder and I cringe and let out a yelp, stumbling in my run to turn and face whatever just whispered into my ear. I stare at nothing. It had that same crackly, mechanical sound to it. My fur is now standing up all over my body, and I rub at my shoulders again, hugging my chest. A soft sound, maybe a footstep, behind me makes me whirl around in the other direction to find more emptiness. I stifle a whine and start trotting up the sidewalk again. This place is different. Something about this place is dangerous. Okay? It's unlike the mention of the cabin or even being next to that hanging guy. Something could hurt me here. I don't know how I know, but I know it. Then just get the fuck away, man. Carl? Wasn't it a recall of when Carl was bullied? Do we know that Carl was bullied? My voice is getting more desperate. I've never felt more alone. Right now, more than anything, I just want to find Carl. You want me to be there for you? I jump, but keep jogging, basically hopping with the way my leg isn't working at all. There was some flashback some time ago. I don't remember he was being bullied, I'm sorry. That's funny. The sidewalk starts to curve and I come up on the school's pond. I whisper to myself, fuck, where are you? As I keep walking, the ground no longer feels smooth. Instead, I feel little pointed bits of rock sticking into my feet pads, even though there's smooth pavement when I look down at the ground. I pass a little stone bench, one that Carl liked to sit on back when he was at school with me that last semester. I just can't, man. I wish I could, but every stupid fucking thing I say is so stupid. Trust me, man, it's not. I lift my hands up to my throat, shocked because I definitely didn't say that. Trust me, man, it's not. Okay, so you might be right, Caesar. I just can't, man. I wish I could, but every stupid fucking thing I say is so stupid. Trust me, man, it's not. Okay, I lift my hands up to my throat, shocked because I definitely didn't say that. Okay, my voice is coming through like the others, muffled, distant, from the direction of the bench. You don't understand. It's like I can't stop going over what I say to people. Then I just worry about it for days after. That's because you're an introvert. It happens to all of us. Well, just don't. Just forget about it. Huh, right. Seriously, man. No one cares. Just don't worry about it, okay? Yeah, okay. What the fuck are you talking about? I turn around, moving back the way I came, not wanting to hear those voices coming from the bench. I move back to where I was and look around. The sidewalk branches off in several different directions, and I have no idea which one to take. You weren't there for me. What? I stand there for a moment, feeling the panic starting to rise. What's the matter, cunt face? We're not gonna hurt you. That's not Carl, that's not me. I'm hearing things. I close my eyes, hanging my chest again, stilling my breathing. Softer clapping sounds come from my left. I open my eyes and immediately move in that direction. Hey, we're just playing. I grit my teeth and mumble to myself. I was a kid. What was I supposed to do? We're just playing. I was a kid. What was I supposed to do? Oh my god. Oh my god. The only thing I'm thinking about here is that we're just playing is something that... It's something that would... Hey, we're just playing. Isn't it something from a flashback with Sydney? And I was a kid, what was I supposed to do? There's no response as I keep moving. This is bad. This is bad. A loud pop makes me jump and cover my head. What the hell was that? Was that a gunshot? I crouch on the sidewalk, looking left and right, but not seeing anyone. Was someone shooting at me? It had seemed kind of far away. Whatever it was, just sitting here probably isn't going to help me, so I start moving again, a little faster, half bent over. To my left, I see the football stadium rising up into the fog. I'd gone there for a few games, and the dance that they held on the field for homecoming. Dude, I'm not feeling very good. Wanna go back and play something? Come on, I told you not to be like this. Can't really help it, man. Just tough it out another hour. Nah, man, I'm gonna head back. Alright then. Alright, later. And he's actually in total delirium walking around the town. Yeah, definitely. This is like delirium. I keep going, whispering to myself, to Carl. Is that you, Carl? Can you actually hear me? No response. I keep going, listening for claps. When I hear them, I follow. After what seems like about 10 minutes, I come up to a smaller building, one that the path leads directly into. I slow my pace as I come up to it, staring at the door. I listen for a long while, but there aren't any more claps. I reach out and rest my hand on the handle, then give it a slight pull, expecting it to be locked, but it inches open smoothly. Staring for a while longer, I finally pull the door open and find our old darn room. Okay. Like most things in this nightmare, it isn't exactly the same. Actually, it's probably about 3 times longer, like it's the interior of a stretched limo or something. And at the very end of it, I see Carl splayed out on one of the beds. It doesn't have a mattress in it, so he's just laying on the flat board. Slowly, I hobbled over to him. He's staring up at the ceiling, and I'm kinda surprised to see a slight smile on his face. Hey, Carl? Carl looks over at me, surprised. Chelsea room? Whoa, hey dude, what's up? He laughs over the last few words. I stare at him. What? Are you okay? Actually, yeah, I kinda am. This is the real Carl? Are you sure? I move over to the opposite bed, my old bed. Yeah, for the first time all week actually. I push myself up onto the bed, which is off the ground a good 3 feet more than at the university. My feet dangle over the edge. Is your ankle okay? I told you just to wait. I just needed a minute. Well, just fuck you. I frown. Seriously? You just left me there in a place with smoke monsters. Carl grimaces. Yeah, sorry about that. Then just fuck you. Obviously, What happened? I slide around on the bed to face the ram, noticing that while they are tall, they are a lot shorter in length. Short enough that Carl's hooves stick over the edge. Well, Jenna tried to kill me. I rub my shoulder, looking away. Yeah, but you know she's not in her right mind right now. We were talking about how maybe John... Oh, it's definitely John. James tried to do the same thing to me. Yeah? I was gonna ask what it was like. Carl pokes at the wall above his head, tapping it with his finger. Well, he basically just told me that I needed to find some stuff out, keep lies from getting out. That he couldn't tell me why. Okay. I wonder what John's telling Jenna. Carl shrugs. I mean, can't be good if he's a serial killer. Yeah. Another period of silence. I don't mind it. It kind of feels nice. Not at all like outside, where I felt like I was in imminent danger. So they found a place in real life. The only problem right now is that something smells kind of bad, but it's subtle enough that it's not really bothering me. So we're at the university, huh? Yup. Wonder why? You hear the voices up there? Yeah. Things are quiet again, and I wonder what the hell Carl might be thinking. He looks ridiculously peaceful. Okay, did you find wind somewhere? Because you're looking as chill as I've ever seen you. Oh yeah? Yeah. Carl scratches his nose. Well, I guess I just realized some stuff. I wait, but it doesn't go on. Like what? Well, Chase, that I don't need you. It pains my heart. Right in the Mew Mew again. What do you mean? I frown. What? Carl laughs. No offense, man, but I realize that I rely on people too much, you know? Okay, good moment. It's good music. Okay, let's get into the mood. Okay, I still don't really know. Did something happen? I guess I always sort of held it against you with what happened with Clint back in the day. Oh, the fight? Yeah, and also some things at college, but then I realized that isn't fair. He pauses, but I don't say anything. I realize that I'm really responsible for myself in the end, that I need to help myself. That's good. I can't help but wonder if now is the best time for this epiphany Carl is having, but it explains the setting we're in right now. Did he do this with his own mind? Is everything we've been through the result of our own imaginations? Carl sits up suddenly, rubbing the bed. And that I'm sick of feeling like I have to do something important, that I need to be important. He turns on his butt to face me and spreads out his hands. Because I'm not important at all. I'm a rich ass, spoiled little shit, and that's about it. Just chill about it, man. Come on, Carl. No, it's a good thing. I'm happy because I realize I'm okay with that. Carl smirks at me. I want to go to college, but I want to get an art degree. Then I just want to get some job I can halfway stand and play games in my free time. He stares at me and I stare back. I can fix him too. Well, we just did, dude, so... Yay, happy ending. We have no idea how it's gonna end. Like, no clue. I have no clue how it's gonna end. Okay, Carl laughs again. I know this sounds stupid, but realizing this, it just feels good to feel comfortable in my own skin. I haven't been comfortable for so fucking long. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I try to smile for the ram. Do you have a fucking letter with you so we can read it and just move on? But I mean, we need to get out of here if you're gonna do anything. I am on point. Yeah, it's weird that I'm feeling this way right now, but what isn't weird here? Carl reaches out to the wall again, feeling it carefully. Anyway, when I said I didn't need you, it sounded fucked up, and I still love you, man. Aww. Yeah, I love you too. But I needed to say it out loud, I guess. I don't need anyone to make me feel okay. I just need to be okay with myself, and I guess I am. But can we still be together, though? I give Carl a weak smile, not sure what else to say. Sounds cliché, huh? But it's true. I mean, I'm just happy that you're okay. You ran away so suddenly. I had another panic attack, almost as bad as the one I had here. Carl points over to the opposite end of the room at a desk. I came back from that stupid dance and had a bunch of homework to do for that computer programming class my dad made me take. I don't know, having that bad experience at the dance, then trying to figure out programming I didn't fucking understand. Something cracked. Carl looks over at me. When I got back home, things were worse than they've ever been. Then one time I dropped acid and thought I killed you. I make a face, but Carl waves his hand. Long story, but then I thought that was a sign that maybe you were the one that was holding me together all the time. Carl, I had no idea. Yeah, how are you supposed to know? I didn't say anything, and when you came back to Echo, I thought maybe I could pull myself together while you're there. With you there, Carl grins. Then after this hellscape thing and Jenna, I just got fed up with it, I guess. Carl shrugs. I don't know, I cracked again, but it's like I cracked back in place. I just feel okay now, that we're gonna get through this. I finally kinda chuckled too. I'm happy for you, I really am. Just wish we could actually get back to Echo so we can feel better there. Carl taps his teeth loudly with his fingers, then looks at me. How is this gonna end? Dude, I think we are. Huh? I look at him quizzically. Carl runs a hand over the bed again. I just realized something, looking at this place. Can you see it? It's my... No, I furrow my brows. See what? This place seemed familiar at all? Because now I'm seeing something completely different. I squint. No, looks like the dorm, just a super long version of it. Carl smiles. Now, man, we're in the diner. What? But I can't go on because as soon as I see the shape of the diner, the dorm room melts away like a mirage. So what's the smell? I'm on the table and Carl sits across from me, on the opposite table. Oh! Carl's smile stretches into a grin. I guess we see the truth now. Okay. No. Don't die. So, we've been here the whole time? I gasp heavily, leaning on Carl as we make our way up the road toward the mansion. Looks that way. I think it all happened in my house. I look around me in the darkness of the night. While the surreal feeling of dreaming is gone, I still feel like I'm in some kind of nightmare. Carl tried his phone the second we realized we were back, but it was dead. Here outside, no one is around, though we did see a few bodies in the middle of the road. What the hell is happening? I think everyone's gone crazy. Carl seems to be mostly talking to himself. I remember seeing Janice running through the street just before everything went to shit, and I'm inclined to think he's right. Should we maybe go to Leo's place instead? I don't know. I kind of want to find Raven and Jenna, break them out of this first. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Think about your friends. I mean, she's still got that knife. Maybe she's calmed down. Then we can tell them and snap them out of it. Well, you'd think the others would come and find us or something. The fact that they haven't. Carl grunts an acknowledgement, but doesn't say anything more. Meanwhile, the mansion looms ominously in front of us, and there's no sign of Raven or Jenna in front. There's the tree where we saw the body hanging. Thankfully empty. I vaguely wonder if the newspaper clipping that the corpse ate is still there somehow. As Carl half drags me into the driveway, he hesitates. Listen, maybe you should wait out here. I'll wake the others up. Then I'll grab the keys and we can drive out to Peyton, get away from all of this. What? I laugh despite myself. Yeah, right, after everything we've been through? Besides, I saved your ass when John went after you. I might have to do it again. Carl smirks. Yeah, alright, but if he comes at us, I want you getting the hell out of here. Get into your car and get to Peyton. In hindsight, maybe we should have gotten my car from the motel and left that way instead. Carl shrugs. I would have come here anyway. I'm more worried about Raven right now. We're on the steps now and Carl listens intently, his long ears poking up. It's dead silence. My heart rate starts to pick up as Carl reaches for the door, imagining John running out of the darkness, knife in hand. Very slowly, Carl twists the knob and pushes open the door. Thanks to the well-oiled hinges, it makes hardly a sound as it slowly swings open. We are met with darkness, aside from a few LEDs from the TV set. Carl leans close to my ear. At least the power is still on. I'm gonna try the landline first. I know the Carl and I step over the foundation and into the house. I'm happy to see that Carl's kitchen looks just like Carl's kitchen. Despite the terrifying atmosphere, there's a relief that comes with knowing that we've broken free of the nightmare, whatever that was. Just then, a distant soft pop echoes from the town. We both look back for a moment, and I remember the sound I heard while running through Pueblo. Had someone shot at me? I don't have long to dwell on that as Carl tugs me into the kitchen, purposefully leaving the door open behind us. He's probably more worried about what might be in the house rather than what's far away in the town. The ram reaches for the light switch, then thinks better of it. He leaves me to lean against the counter before moving to the phone. I look around, noticing that the table is set with a few plates with what looks like squares of drywall on them. In fact, the whole table is covered in dust that probably came from the crawl space. I frown at that before noticing a clear cup on the counter full of some kind of yellow liquid. No! At the same time, I see a piece of paper laying next to me, standing out on the spotless counter. I reach out, pressing a hand over it and feeling the smooth piece of paper, its size and shape familiar. I pick it up, looking around for a light source before seeing the fridge and hobbling over to it. Line's dead, what are you doing, dude? I open the fridge, letting the dim yellow light spill out. I hold up the paper, which seems to be a copy of a newspaper clipping. This is the photocopy from the cabin. I whisper loudly, oh, I get goosebumps. Oh, for fuck's sake. I get goosebumps. Meseta boy missing, native settler tension rises. Oh, for fuck's sake, they've had an episode inside this house. For fuck's sake. Fifth native boy goes missing in 2 years. Native chief says disappearances did not happen until settlers arrived. James Hendricks has been confined in the county jail pending further evidence. I look up at Carl. Wait, so was it James that was kidnapping children? Thank you, it was obvious. Carl shrugs at me. I really don't know, man. I don't think it matters right now. Of course it does. He did have a point, considering we weren't trapped in the nightmare anymore. Though I still feel like something is missing. Yeah, you're right. I fold up and shove the paper into my pocket anyway. So the phone's dead, and I think we should just grab the keys and... Carl's ears prick up. I'd do the same if I could. You hear that? No? Carl moves to the stairs. Stay here, I'll be right back. I shout whisper, what? I'll be right back, I think I hear a raven. I bite my lip. This new boost of confidence that Carl's gotten is great and all, but his hero's complex is about to get him killed. I follow the ram to the top of the stairs, watching him about to start downwards, before jabbing him in the back of my knuckles. Okay, I look back into the almost as dark kitchen before making up my mind and hopping down the stairs after the ram. He jumps. Holy shit, you scared the hell out of me. Carl also shout whispers. Well, fuck you for thinking of leaving me up here. I told you outside we're sticking together. Okay, just hold on to my shirt or something. Okay. With that, Carl starts making his way down the stairs with me limping behind. Oh no, don't go to the fucking crawl space, man. Slowly but surely, I start to hear something too. It's muffled and quiet and sounds very much like a voice. The voice is calm and reasonable, and I'm pretty sure it is Raven's. Carl stops next to a door on our left where the voice seems to be coming from. Well, maybe I should open it? Sorry. Oh, fuck's sake. Sorry guys, it's getting late. If Jenna's in there, it's not like she's going after me, right? Carl seems to hesitate in the darkness. I don't know, man. Don't worry, you'll be right next to me, right? There's a moment of silence again before Carl shifts next to me, to the side of the door. Alright, but get behind me if she goes after you. I nod as well, even if you can't see me. I take a breath, steeling myself for what might be behind the door. Slowly, I push it open. It's also dark in this room, the weight room, I realize. The talking stops immediately before it turns into a whine. Oh my god, and the door opened by itself, this is insane. I feel for the light switch next to the door and flip it on. There sits Raven, tied up to a weight machine, with what looks like several pieces of clothing. No! Jenna has set up a trap. A few pieces of paper sit on his lap and on the ground. The husky is staring right at me, but there's no sign of recognition in his face. There's no sign of Jenna either, thank God. Raven? Oh God, it knows my name. Raven starts writhing around his bounds. Mr. Ghost Thing, what do you want? Do you want money? Honestly, I don't have much money at all. I work at the mall. Carl pokes his head in too. Hey, Raven, can you hear me? But Raven keeps babbling on about his job. Carl frowns and shifts past me into the room. I stand in the doorway, looking back into the hall, but only seeing darkness. Raven is still chattering when Carl reaches out, resting a hand on his shoulder. The shriek that Raven lets out makes my first stand on end. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no, 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 no. Shh. Shh. For fuck's sake. I fucking hate myself. Carl presses a hand into the Yuski's mouth, muffling his nose just a bit, but that's when Raven's eyes widen. Whoa, whoa, hey Carl. He stares around wide-eyed. Whoa, where am I? In my house, in my weight room. Are you okay? The Yuski looks at Carl again. What? How? Carl shrugs. We have no idea. I look back into the hallway to make sure Jenna isn't coming after all. That shrinking. Then look back at the other two. So it's that easy? We just had to touch him? Carl turns to me. I guess it's like it really is just a dream or something. Hey Chase. Raven is craning his head around Carl now. Hey Raven. Raven stares around at the room again. Whoa, you know, just a second ago I was in a really fancy looking bedroom. It had a bed with curtains on it and stuff. Raven, how did you get tied up? Oh, Jenna, of course. Actually, she calmed down a bit and I brought her into the house. But then she punched me. Carl sets to untying the Yuski while Raven rubs the back of his head against the weight machine. And I fell down the stairs and she dragged me into this room and tied me up. Raven smiles sheepishly. Honestly, I probably could have fought her off. Yeah. But facing a tiny, maybe a serial killer girl with a knife is kind of scary, so I just did what she told me. That's okay. Do you know where she is now? I glance back into the hallway, still nothing. No, she went back out. She did come back like 10 minutes ago, though, and shoved these papers into my face. Raven points at the papers in his lap and on the ground with a free hand. Carl gets started on untying the binds around his legs. Said something about this being the real letters, the truth or whatever. I limp into the room, partly because I don't want to get caught by Jenna if she suddenly comes in, and also because I want to look at the two letters. They are short. One of them is about a paragraph, the other is only a few words. Because it's second nature now, I pick up the longer one and read aloud. Okay, thank you, God. I don't know what to say after finding your dungeon. No, there are no other words for it, James. It is a dungeon. And after finding the boy's body, finding out what you'd done to it, there truly are no words, James. I only know now why you were never satisfied with me. For fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake, those fucking goosebumps. Are you kidding me? This is just horrifying. All of your sweet words have turned to poison. I'm leaving you to the law and leaving this wretched town behind. I only hope that God has no mercy on your soul. I pick up the other letter, placing it over the first. You are disgusting. I don't have James' letters, so I have no idea what John was responding to. I also don't know who to believe anymore. John or James, or even the thing they were talking about could alter the notes left and around in that dreamscape. There's no way I can even begin to piece together who was manipulating what. Oh, dude, obviously you're tired. I'm tired too. I'm going to leave it in just a few minutes. But thank you again for being there, and have a good night too. But maybe because I'm in the real world now, and this is certainly real, this could be the actual truth. I also noticed the collection of dust on these photocopy pages, taken from the scrapbook and stashed somewhere, probably the crawl space considering the state they're in. Is Jenna in the crawl space right now, searching for letters? Raven finally pulls his feet out of the ropes, rubbing his arms. He nods at me. Said she wrote that one in jail after James had written to him? I gotta say, since that whole knife thing, seems like she doesn't know who she is. I followed the letters, putting them in my pocket with the news article. I mean, she keeps on going on about James and letters. Did she say anything else about the letters? Raven frowns, looking at the ceiling. She said something about not being able to finish the game, because one of them burned and the other got eaten. Okay, guys, we're going to leave it here, because this is way too much. thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, let's catch up in the next video. This is going to be amazing. Thank you. Bye bye.